Hey, beautiful souls. Oh my goodness. Happy Valentine's Day. It is a day that is traditionally filled with love and showering love on loved ones, whether it's flowers or candies or just any of the things, right? So I have never been one that went with the traditional um, Valentine's. We never really celebrated other than for our kids and everything because I just saw it as like a marketing ploy. But that being said, I do love the idea of Valentine's Day. Like just the idea of it, sharing love with others and pouring love out. Like it is such a day of giving, lifting each other up, um, pouring into others, making each others realize how special and vibrant they are for our lives. Well, today I want to take a different spin on things. It's all about self-love, right? So we all like, what do we want as a human experience? We desire things that make us happy. We desire things that are going to make us feel loved and joy and filled up, right? So I mean, anything that you do, whether you purchase something, whether you go on a vacation, whether you do something, usually that is trying to lead you to feeling loved, feeling joy, feeling lit up and happy, right? So here's the thing. What the, what if you could find all of that fulfillment right here without having to go outside of yourself and find, buy love in candies or chocolates or flowers or vacations or cars or shoes or clothes or, you know, dinners. Like we try and fix things on the outside to fill this space that we desire, that our soul desires on the inside, right? We say, oh, I would love one more sale. It's so funny because in business, many of you are business entrepreneurs. And so we have, say, 50,000, 10,000, 100,000. We would love to like have this number that you reach that number and it like fills your space and you're like, oh, I'm going to feel this way once I reach that. And then you get to that space and you're like, okay, that's great. There's more to fill. You need more to fill that space, that void, that feeling that you are looking to satisfy. Well, why is that? It's because there is this essence inside of you that desires more, that just wants to be filled up. So what if we didn't have to go outside of ourselves to fill that space? All of those things, I'm not saying that you shouldn't want more and that you shouldn't be like loving to go on the vacation or to have the chocolates or candies or whatever, right? Those absolutely spoil yourself rotten. You deserve it. Many of us, I most of my followers on social have been women. So women, we put ourselves last and we always, take care of the family, we take care of the husband, we take care of the kids, we put our other people first. And then we are always on the back burner. Well, what if you actually got to take time and fill your cup? What would that feel like? Because I guarantee that you will be showing up differently, right? Because when we aren't feeling depleted and burnt out and neglected or beating ourselves up on the inside because of this, that, or the other, we don't, I mean, I could go on a huge list and I don't really need to. Then if we actually took the time to love on ourselves and speak life into our experiences and into our bodies and into our like all the things that we're doing. What do I mean by speaking life? I mean speaking life, speaking love, saying, oh my gosh, you are phenomenal. You are amazing. Look how far you have come. If we look at, I mean, so coming as a mother, I look at the day I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? I didn't know how to be a mom. And then, 10 months later, I have this little infant, this amazing being in my hand. And I was like, oh my gosh, now it's my responsibility to keep this little soul alive and to help it thrive. Right. And now I look at myself like 9.5 years later, almost 10 years later, with multiple kids, 2 kids. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have done such a phenomenal job as a mother to keep these souls alive. They are thriving. They are loving life. They are having amazing experiences. They are beautiful souls. They're super smart and they have an amazing outlook. Look what we've done. Well done, mama. Right? Like, if we just gave praise to ourselves and loved on ourselves more often in so many different spaces and recognize how far we've come versus ripping ourselves apart, tearing ourselves down, judging ourselves for all the things that have happened, those things needed to happen in order to allow you to grow, to experience, to move beyond, right? And some lessons, I remember I used to be the one that was like, I recognize this lesson and I've been through this scenario however many times. Haven't I learned this lesson yet? And unfortunately, I hadn't. That was why they kept showing up, right? But once I finally learned the lesson and moved on, then I got to grow and I got to expand. So what if we take this Valentine's Day and really get to reflect on how we can love on ourselves more, right? What is something that you have been saying that you would love to do that you haven't done yet? Here's another thing that I have learned and that I have noticed, especially through coaching my clients. We are more accountable to others than we are to ourselves. Why is that? Because we have learned to not believe ourselves when we say that we're going to do something. Because how easy is it to say, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to get up and I'm going to work out, or I'm going to study, or I'm going to do yoga or whatever, right? You throw in your scenario. And then 5 a.m. comes and you're like snuggled in bed. It's nice and warm. You're like, no, I'm not going to do it today. Right? You have great intentions, but then the action's not there. Or let's say, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm not going to eat junk food anymore. I'm going to stay to, healthy options, or I'm going to get my water in, or I'm going to go and exercise, right? We all have so many things that we have said that we were going to do that we never did. So what if we learned to really just love on ourselves and fill our cup, not by, like I said on my story today, what if we, it's not about buying something. It's about doing something and honoring yourself in a certain way. So maybe it's, you have the decision you would love to be healthier. That's your goal for this year. So you have a list of things that you know that you need to accomplish, or that you would love to put into place, create these new habits in order to be healthier. Or you have, a certain level in your business that you would love to reach. You would love to reach a certain level of success, and you know that there are certain things that you need to do every day in order to reach this goal. Or maybe you're looking for love, like a partner to journey this life together with. And from past experience, what you don't want. We all are very tuned in. All of us are very tuned into what we don't want. But have you ever really thought about what you would love? What would you love? What would you love the outcome to be? Because when I ask most people this, the list is really short. We don't really know what we would love. So, and quite honestly, it's often the opposite of wherever we don't want. So if you have a list of those characteristics or whatever that in a partner or whatever that you would prefer not to experience, what would the opposite be? What would you love? And so we find clarity in being able to figure out what would we love? What would you love your life to be? What kind of experience would you love the rest of your life, or even just the rest of this year to be, in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, in your business? Or if you don't have a business, in your job, what would you love? So these are some really, really powerful questions that you would do yourself very well in order to take some time to answer them. And you can do it in one category or you can do it in many. But one thing I would love for you to think about is, what is one habit that you have been wanting to shift, that you have been wanting to create a change in? Maybe you've been wanting to give up coffee, or maybe you've been wanting to, stop a different habit and shift into something else. Maybe you have been wanting to start exercising every day. Maybe you just want to make more sales, right? So behind all of these actions, because honestly, you already know what you need to do to achieve these goals. You already know. We know what it is that we need to be doing. Why aren't you doing it? I want you to ask yourself that question. Just be very honest. Why are you not doing what it is that you know and would love to be doing? Is it fear? Is it doubting yourself? Is it not believing you're worthy? Is it, like not understanding how to do it? Like, what is the thought process behind it that is holding you back from actually taking the actions? So many people, I talk to thousands of people, my friends, and many people don't know what they want, right? We're in such the habit of day to day just doing the grind that we never really think about what we want, and we never really go for it. And then there's the other ones that know what they would love to be doing, but they don't really believe that it's possible for them. They have some doubts, some negative chatter going on in their head that is telling them it's not possible, that they can't do it, and then we count up all of the reasons why it's not possible. And then there's others that know what they want. They recognize the beliefs and the patterns and the thoughts behind it that are holding them back, and they say, I am tired of this, and I believe in myself. I'm going to shift the process, the thinking behind what I am doing in order to reach my goal. Because in order to transform or change anything in our lives, what needs to change? We do. We have to change. Because we go out and we try and rearrange all the things, right? Or fix this or fix that or set things into motion on the outside. But that isn't going to fix it. Because what is the center of everything that is happening around you? You are. How we think and love and believe about ourselves is the key to changing everything, to transforming your life into something different. That is the piece that has to shift. And so I want to send you off today with just making a list. What would you love? Because we're really good at coming up with what we don't want, right? We see all the negative things and we're like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't love this. This sucks. What would you love? And then what would it feel like to be in that space? What would it feel like to have those things that you love, right? Many of us make lists and we are like, oh, this would be amazing. I would love the car, the house, the vacations, the money, the appreciation, the list goes on. And for everybody, it's going to be different. Everybody's motivations are going to be different, right? What lights people up is going to be different. Don't judge yourself on that. But what would you love? And then I want you to recognize why you're not doing it. And this is the piece, right? The hard piece that most people, that holds everybody back of, I would love this, but it's not happening because I'm not good enough. I don't know how. I'm not worthy of great success. I would just mess it up anyway, blah, 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 right? Like, you notice the list that goes on in the back of your mind of why things aren't shifting, why you can't have that life that, I mean, we all have influencers in our lives, people that we look up to, people that we're following on social. We see the leaders in our industries or other parents. I remember when I was in the Caribbean, when I was young, I was single and I met the most amazing couple. Oh my gosh, like they were they were so cute and sweet and loving with each other. And I was like, their relationship is what I would love my relationship to be, right? Like, I was like, how did they do that, right? Because so many of my relationships before, like, reflected back to me what I didn't love. But then I looked at what I would love. And then I look at it now and I'm like, wow, I've really created that, right? But at the time, I could just reflect on why it wasn't happening and why it wasn't possible for me and blah, 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 right? So self-love, loving yourself, recognizing like you literally are worthy of every single desire, every single dream that has come into your thought space, right? And it is possible for you. The only reason that we don't see more people having great success and having like that phenomenal life experience, like, so many people around us. I mean, there's more and more, and that's the great thing. There's a great awakening happening, and there's more and more people all the time having this experience. But the reason why so many people aren't, and they are locked into this experience of life that they aren't loving, it's okay. I should be satisfied with what I've got. It's all in how they're thinking, what they believe to be true about themselves. So if you are, and I want to send you off today with the desire and the excitement to step in and do something for yourself today. Love on yourself. For me, it's been getting up, getting movement every single day. So as soon as my kids are on the bus, I go for a walk. I get myself out in nature and I get some fresh air. I get my body moving. And I also am like really working on being intentional with getting more water into my body, because this is something that for some reason has gotten kicked off on the side burner, but I know it's essential for me to feel better and for me to feel amazing and to be energetic and filled up and all of that stuff. So those are a few of the things that I do for myself to love and honor on me, right? And I have lots all throughout the day. What is something that you are doing to love on yourself? Drop a 5 in the comments if you are going to take action on something that you would love to start doing. We all have this list in our head. What would we love? What would we love? Start taking action on at least one of them and do it every day. Make it a consistent habit, right? Fill your cup, love on you. And this is just the beginning. So if you want true transformation in your life, in your business, in your finances, in your relationships, in your health, it starts with you. I want to invite you to my masterclass, self-image or self-love equals big profits. It is on Tuesday. Let's see, when is it? Tuesday the 21st at 1 p.m. Central. And I'm going to drop the link so that you can stop and register. It is going to be powerful. You are going to get some really amazing tools in order to start creating that transformation that you want to have. And now is the time. Now is the time. If you are coming across this video right now, there is a reason for it. And self-love is going to change everything for you. Loving on you, filling your cup, recognizing what you would love, speaking greater things into your life, recognizing that potential that you have within you. So click on the link below and join my Self-Love Equals Big Profits masterclass next week on Tuesday, the 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I cannot wait to see you there. Have an amazing day, my friends. Happy Valentine's Day. Go and love on yourself. And if you think that this is going to be valuable to someone else, then please share it. All right. Talk to you soon. Expect abundance.